This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to clown for a third time this IBF or IFB. I can't even pronounce this. Rudy Poo, nonsensical boxing, whatever he want to call himself, whether he thinks he's a pugilist or an enthusiast. The guy sounds foolish. At best, he sounds like he just needs to go somewhere and sit down and just higgity hush, talking about functional and non-functional boxing movement. This dude's trying to sound like an educated guy. Go sit somewhere with your plum brain. I'm going to say it again. Plum brain. That's what's wrong with the modern day Rudy Poo generation. They want to sit here and act like they know something, and they don't know nothing. They don't know shit about boxing. You know, when Errol Spence was talking about Mikey Garcia's fat, all you got to do is look at him. The man is pudgy. You know, again, this probably could say a lot about you because you don't show your face on your page. So maybe you feeling some type of way when Errol Spence mentioned the pudgy thing. Maybe you are pudgy. I don't know. But the point that I'm trying to make is look at Errol Spence, look at his stature. Look at him when he comes into the fight. Look at the way he looks. He's in shape. He's ready to go. So he knows a thing or two about the way a guy should look when they step into the ring. Mikey Garcia has never been the most conditioned boxer stepping into a ring. Even at his most conditioned, he looks pudgy. I'm going to say it again. He looks Rudy Poo and pudgy in the ring. The man has a soft midsection. In boxing, midsection is everything, man. It is everything. The tighter your midsection is, the longer and the more you can be able to sustain the blows, especially those body hits. That's why these boxers train their midsection so hard. There's a reason for that. That's why they do a lot of crunches. That's why they do a lot of sit-ups. That's why they do a lot of ab movements. That's why they do a lot of functional body movements to ensure that their body is tight. That's why they do a lot of compound exercises. That's why they do a lot of jump rope. See, all of these exercises, if you don't know nothing with your plum brain, they are there to strengthen the core. That's why they do a lot of exercises with those medicine balls and those big, heavy balls. That's why they do a lot of punching with the heavy bag. If you notice, a lot of it, when they're punching the heavy bag, they're told to strengthen their stomachs, their ab muscles. You know why? It's because their core needs to be strong so that they can absorb and take as much amount of blows as possible. This is why you see in a lot of trainings, guys are getting hit in the stomach. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to strengthen their core. Mikey Garcia has a weak core. If he was smart, he would be focusing on training his core as much as possible because Errol Spence is a body snatcher. I'm going to say that again. Errol Spence is a body snatcher. This man is a tactical aggression fighter. He places his punches technically. And usually it's ripping the body. This man doesn't just hit you with body shots. He throws those body shots with thudding power. And usually they're ripping up your rib section and they're ripping up your gut. So if I was Mikey Garcia this whole time, instead of running my mouth at a diner, making it seem like I'm looking past Errol Spence, thinking that I'm going to talk about me potentially having a super fight with Manny Pacquiao, I need to be focusing on Errol the True Spence right in front of me. That cat that's from DeSoto. That cat that, you know what I'm saying, he's just a different cart that's carrying a different horse. I'm my bad. He's a different horse that's carrying a different cart. I'm going to say that again. He's a different horse that's carrying a different cart. This guy is not cut from the same cloth like any other fighter you faced before. You have not faced a fighter of this magnitude and of this special specimen and talent. So you going in there to get demolished. You going in there to get exposed. You going in there to be Rudy Pooed and plumbed all over the ring. So when this guy's calling you fat, he has every right to call you fat because he is an extremely conditioned boxer. He doesn't need a snack. You know what I'm saying? You look like you've been eating snacks with that big old stomach of yours. But anyways, he doesn't need a Victor Conte. Anybody that looks like a Victor Conte, I wouldn't be taking no health advice from a guy like that. I'm sorry. But when it comes to health, man, presentation and looks and appearances is everything. If you preaching, health and all of these things, you need to look the part, man. The way Victor Conte looked, I wouldn't trust anything coming from this guy. Nothing credible coming from this guy when it comes to, him talking about the sciences, of health and all of that. No, he's not doing all that. That guy's doping people up. He's illegal as you don't know what, and he's sitting there pumping these guys with steroids. That's what he's known for. And I don't care how numb Mikey Garcia comes into that fight with all that steroids. You guys watched that movie Blood and Bones. You saw when Michael Jai White was fighting that big dude. That dude was loaded up with steroids. But Michael J. White was hitting that cat with them thudding power kicks and blows. And that dude went down. You know why? Because there was no amount of steroids that could stop the onslaught, the onslaught that was Michael Jai White. That's the same thing with Errol Spence. I don't care how juiced up Mikey Garcia is going to be for that fight. I don't care how fat he's going to be for the fight, how pudgy he's going to be. He's going to get popped up like a confetti flag. I'm telling you that right now. He's going to get beat down to the damn ground. He's going to be a confetti bag that's going to get popped, and he's going to get busted up. This man's going to get carried out on a stretcher, and there's nothing nobody can do about it. And there's just no two ways around it. You guys have heard me say it, and I'll say it again. There are no two ways around it. This dude is going to be demolished, and he's going to be exposed come March 16th. Y'all need to start wrapping y'all brains around this, because this thing is getting real and it's getting serious. And last time I checked, Errol Spence is getting pissed off. And the more pissed off Errol Spence comes into that fight, the quicker of a dispatchment that Mikey Garcia is going to see. I'm going to say that again. The more pissed that Errol Spence comes into that ring, the quicker of a dispatchment a Mikey Garcia is going to see. So if I'm Mikey Garcia, I know my role. Shut my damn mouth and hush it up. And like my famous term, he better higgity fucking hush. Because if he doesn't, either way, he's getting knocked out. I already said he's getting dispatched in 5 rounds. He's going to get a systematic TKO beatdown because Spence has to teach him that he has the superior boxing skills. So he's going to punish him up until that 5th round. But if Mikey Garcia keep getting slide to the damn mouth and he don't know how to go higgity hush somewhere, he might be out of there by 3 to 4. So if I'm Mikey Garcia, I would just, every time I see Errol Spence, I put my head down, act like I don't see this cat, and focus on my damn training and work on that damn fat midsection. Because all of this whole thing about, functional body movement and IBF, whatever the crap this dude's name is, talking about, the difference between lower body functional movement and listen, see, this is the thing with Rudy Poos and Plum Plums. They're trying to rationalize the sport of boxing, and they're trying to make themselves sound so scientific to where they sound dumb. Boxing is not all about that, man. It's just all about really knowing the ins and outs of the square circle, man, and seeing how things work within those inches. These cats want to tell you what they think they know because they've heard it regurgitated from somebody else. But real recognizes real, and real cats know what time it is. They can be able to analyze and dissect stuff that people can't. This is why the folks that support me on this channel, that understand the magnitude of what's about to happen March 16, knows the sport of boxing. Because anyone that sits here and act like Errol Spence is exposed, he's not the truth and he's not special, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it again. You don't know shit about boxing. This is He Knows His Sport. Checking out.